Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to our bid to find the best team in Major League Baseball history. Today we're in St. Louis to find the best team in Cardinals history. It is going to be the 1933, 1942, I think it is, yes, 1967, 1982 and the 2011 Cardinals. All battling it out to see who is going to be the best in in franchise history. Now, there is I've conducted a draw off camera, so I can tell you that there's going to be semi-finals. It's going to be 1967 versus 2011, and it'll be 1942 versus 1982, with the closest loser of those games going through also to face 1933 in the semi-final round. So let's have a look at game one. It was 2011 versus 1967, and let's see how it went. Leading off for the 2011 Cardinals is Rafael Furcal at shortstop, John Jay in center field bats second, Matt Halliday at left field bats third, Albert Pujols at first cleans up, Alan Craig in right field bats five, David Freese in third base is batting sixth, Nick Punto at second base bats seven, it is Yadier Molina catching at eight, and Jamie Garcia is on the mound. And for the 1967 Cards, it is Lou Brock leading off in left field. It is Julian Yavier at second base batting second. Kurt Flood in center field bats three. Tim McCarver, the catcher, cleans up. Orlando Cepeda? Anyway, he's batting five at first base. Roger Maris in right field bats six. Mike Shannon in third base bats seven. Dal Maxfield, the shortstop, bats eight. And Bob Gibson is on the mound. One on, none out, and Jay's RBI double opens the scoring for 2011. Two on, none out, and McCarver drives in a run to tie it up. Three on, two out, and McCarver clears the bases to give 1967 a 4-1 lead. One on, one out, and Molina's RBI single cuts the lead to two. Two on, none out, Octavio Dotel on the mound, and Javier's 2 RBI double makes it 6-2. One on, none out, and Flood's RBI single makes it 7-2. Two on, none out, Ron Willis on the mound, and Pujols hits into a double play, but scores a run. One on, two out, Dick Hughes on the mound, and pinch-hitting Shoemaker lines out to end the game. So 1967, just too strong in the end, so that is them through now. Puts them in a difficult position as the 2011 side, because if the loser of this next one is by 3 runs or less, they'll go through at the end of 2011. So it's 1942 versus 1982. Let's see how it played out. Leading off the 1942 Cardinals is Terry Moore in center field. Jimmy Brown at second base batted second. Stan Musial at left field batted three. Enos Slaughter, there's the name you want for your cleanup man. He does clean up in right field. Walker Cooper at catcher is 5. Ray Sanders at first base is 6. Whitney Korosky at third base is 7. Marty Marion at shortstop is 8. And Mort Cooper is on the mound. And the 1982 Cardinals, it's Willie McGee in center field leading off. Lonnie Smith in left field bats 2. George Hendrick in right field bats 3. Keith Hernandez cleans up at first base. Ken Oberkful at third base bats 5. Tom Herr at second base bats 6. Darryl Porter at catcher is batting 7. Ozzie Smith at shortstop bats 8. And Joaquin Angular is pitching. One on, two out, and Smith's RBI single opens the scoring for 1982. One on, one out, and Cooper's 2-run home run puts 1942 ahead. One on, two out, Dave LaPointe on the mound, and Sanders' 2 RBI double makes it 4-1. One on, one out, Kirasowski's RBI single makes it 5-1. None on, two out, Johnny Beasley on the mound, and Porter grounds out to end the game and win it for 1942. So, another 4-run defeat. I think it's fairly safe to say that 1942 was the better side in that one. But what I've done, because it was both teams lost by 4, offense is what you want to see, as everybody loves offense in a sport. So 2011 will go through because they lost by 4 but scored more runs. So that leaves us with 2 semi-finals, 1967 versus 1942, and then 1933 versus 2011. So first semi-final, 67 versus 42. Let's see who's the first team going to today's final. So the 1967 Cardinals were led off by Lou Brock in left field. Julian Javier at second base batted second. It was Curt Flood, center field, batting 3. Tim McCarver at catcher was cleaning up. Orlando Cepeda was at first base, batting 5. Roger Maris in right field, batted 6. Mike Shannon at third base, batted 7. Dal Maxfield at shortstop, batted 8. And Bob Gibson was on the mound. And for the 1942 Cardinals, Terry Moore in centre field led things off. It was Jimmy Brown at second, batting second. Stan Musial in left field, batted 3. It was Enos Slaughter at right field, cleaning up. Walker Cooper caught at 5. Ray Sanders first base at 6. Whitney Kurofsky at third base, batted 7. Marty Marion at shortstop, batted 8. And Mort Cooper was on the mound. None on, 1 out, and Maris's solo home run opens the scoring for 1967. 2 on, none out. Whitney Moore on the mound, and Carver's RBI double makes it 2-0. 3 on, 1 out, and Shannon hits a grand slam to make it 6-0, 1967. None on, none out. Max Lenier on the mound, and Brock's home run makes it 7-0. None on, 1 out. Dick Hughes on the mound, and Sanders' home run makes it 7-1. None on, 2 out, and a pop fly ends the game and wins it for 1967. So in the end, a blowout and the first Grand Slam we've seen in this entire series. So excellent work there by Mike Shannon. We'll see him in the final along with the 1967 Cardinals. Will they be facing 2011 again? Or will they be facing 1933? And the 2011 Cardinals were led off in centre field by John Jay. David Freese batted second at third. Matt Holliday in left field batted 3. Albert Pujols cleaned up at first base. Alan Craig in right field batted 5. Batting 6 was Rafael Furcal, the shortstop. Yedier Molina caught at 7. Nick Punto was second base batting 8. And Jamie Garcia was on the mound. And for the 1933 Cardinals, it was Pepper Martin leading things off at third base. Frankie Fish at second base batted second. Joe Medwick in left field batted 3. Ripper Collins in right field cleaned up. Jimmy Wilson, the catcher, batted 5. Gene Moore in center field batted 6. George Puccinelli at first base batted 7. Leo Durisha at shortstop batted 8. And Dizzy Dean was the man on the mound. 2 on, 2 out, and Freese RBI single opens the scoring for 2011. None on, 2 out. Fernando Salas on the mound, and pinch hitting Crawford pops out to end the game. So short and sweet, a real pitcher's duel this one. Both starting pitchers over 10 strikeouts. It was great, but yeah, in the end, 2011 sneaks through, so we couldn't save a lot of time and just played one game. It turns out the first one here. So 1967, a 101 and 60 in their regular season. The 2011 side went 90 and 73. If you are new to the series, welcome. It's a one-off game. It's the modern era strategy and World Series rosters with injuries being disabled. Let's go double check both rosters. Of course, we kind of know what to expect here. Alright, so we can see here both rosters with their season stats for their particular season. So if you want to have a bit of a longer look at this, just sort of pause, zoom in around me. Hopefully I'm in the middle so you will be able to see either side of me. And while you do that, we're going to go and check the starting lineups. So here we go, leading off 1967 is Lou Brock in left field. Julian Javier at second base bats second. Curt Flood in center field bats 3. Tim McCarver, who's been very, very good through the preliminary rounds. He cleans up at catcher. Orlando Cepeda is at first base batting 5. I know I'm mispronouncing names. I apologize. We've got Roger Maris, who hit a home run, of course, in the semi-final. He bats 6 in right field. Mike Shannon, Grand Slam hero, bats 7 at third. It is Dal Maxfield at shortstop batting 8, and Bob Gibson on the mound. And then for 2011, John Jay leads things off in center field. David Freese at third base bats second. It's Matt Holliday. He is batting third in left field. Albert Pujols, who has not done much, it's got to be said so far. He cleans up at first base. Alan Craig even. is in right field, batting 5. Rafael Foucault at shortstop, bats 6. Then Yedier Molina at catcher is 7. Nick Punto, who's done nothing at all, is batting 8 at second base. And Jamie Garcia is on the mound. Alright, so let's see who is going to be going through to represent the Cardinals. Big thank you to all my Patreon and channel members as they scroll across the bottom there. It is greatly appreciated. There's also links to my social media and stuff in the description if you want to have a look at that. And I thought for a second then we've led things off with a home run, but no such luck. Now, one thing I did notice is the first 2 games, sort of the preliminary games, were both at Busch Stadium. You may have noticed the 2 semi-finals were at Sportsman Park. Now, there were no home runs, I don't think, anyway, in the first 2 games, but a lot of hits sort of into the gaps of the outfield. Whereas at Sportsman Park, there were a lot more home runs. So, obviously, I'm assuming Busch Stadium is bigger, which is the obvious explanation, as Flood gets himself a 2-out single. But yeah, I was wondering, do I give 1967 home advantage? And I don't think that suits them, as they're going to score a run here, are they? 1967 take the lead. It's Flood coming across to score. McCarver with another RBI. And it's 1-0. Orlando Cepeda. I think that's how you pronounce it. Because I remember there was Cespedes that used to play for the Mets for a bit. And that's the Mets, or was it Detroit? I can never remember now because I sort of follow both teams because I used to live right across the river from Detroit. A 2-1 pitch. He may have even played for both of them. Anyway, we've got a lead-off single. John Jay up the middle. So 1 on, none out for David Freese. First pitch. Freese. That could be a double play ball. There's 1, and there is 2. I've got to say, not that I particularly care who goes through, but given that 1967 have already beaten 2011 and they beat 1942, I kind of hope they win. I feel like they deserve it. As we've got a walk there. So 2 out, 1 on for Pujols, and he has grounded that to the first baseman to end things. And the 1933 side, it wasn't great. What they did have, they had really good pitching. Dizzy Dean was absolutely immense. And then they had a couple of other good starters that they brought out of the bullpen. So I think what 1933 was, and I have no knowledge of the team whatsoever, but just sort of off what I saw in that one game, it looks like they were very much a pitching side, sort of built for the playoffs, because their regular season record wasn't stunning, as we're going to have runners at the corners here with none out. And 1967 threatening to go again here. It's Dal Maxfield to the plate. It's a 2-1. He has popped it up. It was deep enough to score the runner from third. The runner didn't look too interested in going home. He tags up. He is going home now, and he'll get there comfortably in the end. And it is 2-0 to 1967. Bob Gibson comes in, 1 on, 1 out. He looks to lay down a bunt. A fairly decent one it was. And that is 2 away with a runner at second. And it's Lou Brock coming back up, 0 for 1 today. A 1-1. Brock has hit it well. Has he hit it well enough? No, he's not. In fact, in the end, it's a bit of a pop-up. Looked good off the bat, though, didn't it? And that is the end of that. But 2-0 to 1967 now. Alan Craig. Or Craig, as Americans would pronounce it, or certainly Midwest Americans, where I was from, or where I was sort of visiting. Used to drive my head, just do my head in. It's like Greg with a C, and it's just like it's Craig, and they'd look at me like it's Craig. So it's one of those, wonderful standoffs that you have where no one's going to give in that they're pronouncing things wrong. It's like Nissan and Nissan and Nike and Nike. It's clearly Nike, but Manchester, it's Nike. 0-2 pitch, and that is 108. Kurt Flood. Now he's 1 for 1, isn't he? Did he score the run? I think he scored the run back in the first. It's a 3-1 pitch. He's hit it into centre field. It's going to drop in, and that is that. I'm trying to think now of the other ones because my wife is Canadian. For those of you who don't know, like obviously there's tomato, and potato. Well, potato isn't really a thing. But yeah, there's things that we always joke about that with each other saying wrong. So 1967 has 1 out, runners at second and third. McCarver has done it again, and it is Cespedes to the plate. It's an 0-2 pitch, and he has grounded it. Oh, they're going to get him at the plate. Probably didn't need to run there, did he? With the infield up, though, it's probably a crack of the bat, you're going kind of thing. So Maris, with runners at the corners, 2 out. He strikes out, and they cannot add a run in 1967. So it's still 2-0 going to the bottom of the third, and Punto is the man to lead things off. as he has got his first hit of the series so far, well, the mini-series, the mini Cardinals series here, and Garcia will come in. If you're wondering how this is going to work sort of beyond this, is what's happened there? Squared to bunt and fouled it off. There's going to be sort of like a March Madness style bracket, National League one side, American League the other side. We'll have a draw and we'll just sort of whittle things down until we have an all-time World Series. So I'm really, really excited about it. Views have been rubbish. Nobody else is, but I'm excited about it. As that is going to be runners at the corners with one away. So a chance here for 2011 to get back on or get on the board. A 2-2 pitch to Freese. He's got it up the middle. It's going to score a run. So David Freese with an RBI single. He'll get himself over to second. Or is it going to be scored a double maybe? I think that's a single, isn't it? Over to second goes Freese. Yeah, it's scored a single. So it is runners at second and third. One out. Holiday at the plate. A 2-2 pitch. He strikes out. So can Albert Pujols, can he do it? Can he give them, well, probably the lead if he gets the ball into the outfield. Surely 2 runs are going to come across. It's going to be caught in center field though. And it is a 1-run game going into the 4th. Alright, Mike Shannon, Grand Slam hero. He's 1 for 1 today. It's a 2-0 pitch. And he has got it through, has he? No, the shortstop has it 1 away. No, I thought they were saying Pujols was the shortstop. It's like, I don't think he was ever a shortstop. A 2-2 pitch. And that is lined out into left field. It'll find the grass, and it'll be a 1-out single. So Dal Maxfield is on base. Bob Gibson is the man at the plate. The pitcher, of course. He lays down a bunt. Is it a good one? No, not particularly. And he gets himself over to first, but runner is out at second. So 2 out for Lou Brock, who is 0 for 2. Full count. Brock swings at what was surely a ball. And that is strikeout number 4 for Garcia. And we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. It is Alan Craig to lead things off. It's a 1-2 pitch. And that is 1 away. In comes Foucault, who is 0 for 1. Now, he was leading off when the 2 teams met in that first game. So they've rejigged the lineup. I'm not sure why the AI has rejigged the lineup. But anyway, they have Molina, and that is out as well. So that'll end at the bottom of the 4th. So it's still a 1-run game. 1967 are just ahead. It is Julian Javier. He's 0 for 2. It's a 1-2 pitch, and he has struck out for 1 away. In comes Kurt Flood, who is 2 for 2. It's a 1-2 pitch, and that looked a little high and outside, but Molina did a good job framing, so that's probably why it was called. And it is McCarver now, who is 2 for 2. It's a 0-1 pitch. 2 out, no one on, and McCarver has got it through, has he? Yes. He is an absolute beast. It's one of these guys I'm going to have to look up afterwards if he's in the Hall of Fame or not. He's only 25 here as well. Cespedes. He has got it through, has he? Yes, through the other side into right field this time. McCarver is going to try and get to third. Is he going to get there comfortably? So, and it is runners at the corners with 2 out and Maris at the plate. He's 1 for 2. Can he extend the lead? A 1-1 pitch. It's down the third base line, and it will drive in a run. So Maris with an RBI. I think that'll be scored a single, or will that be a double? Maybe. No, it is a single. So it's 3-1 to 1967. Runners at second and third. And Mike Shannon to the plate. It's a 1-2 pitch. And he strikes out on a good curveball. And that is that. So, to the bottom of the 5th. It's now a 2-run lead for 1967. Punto will lead it off. He's 1 for 1. It's a 1-0 pitch. And he has popped that up into left field. Very shallow left field, in fact, because shortstop's made the catch. So that's 1 away. In comes Skip Even Shoemaker. He is pinch hitting, so that'll do it for Jamie Garcia. And he's been very good for 2011 in the game so far. So you can see what happened in Game 1 of the series last time these two met. Didn't go well when they got to the bullpen. It's an 0-1 pitch, and it is popped up by Jay. And that'll be caught at second base to end the bottom of the 5th. It is still 3-1 to 1967. And it is Jason Mott on the mound. Now he is, you can see his attributes down here, absolute magical stuff. And in fact, when they did play before and he came on, I think he struck out the side, and then he came up to bat and they pinch hit him. So Expect maybe something similar here. Ben Gibson comes up, pitcher versus pitcher, and the bat of Gibson has got himself a hit. So 1 on, 1 out, and Lou Brock, who is 0 for 3, will step in. It's a 1-2 pitch. And Brock to the third baseman. Is that a double play ball? They get the man at second, but not at first. So 2 down. And it's Julian Javier. An 0-2 pitch. And that is lined straight to the second baseman to end the top of the 6th. So it is still 3-1 to 1967. 2011 will go and bat. And Freese will lead things off. He is 1 for 2. It's a 1-2 pitch. And Freese grounds it to the second baseman, 1 away. In comes Matt Holliday. He is 0 for 1. I think he walked last time up, didn't he? It's a 1-1 pitch with 1 away. And he's hit that well into left field, but right field even, but it's going to be caught. And that is 2 away for Albert Pujols, who is 0 for 2. It is a 2-2 pitch. And it's a strikeout to end the 6th. Albert just not involved in this game at all so far. In comes the new man, Octavio Dotel, to face Curt Flood. Flood is 2 for 3, I think, isn't he? It's a 2-1 pitch. And he has grounded that to the first baseman. Pitcher covers, 1 away. In comes Tim McCarver. He is 3 for 3. It's a 2-1 pitch. McCarver, they finally got him out. And that'll be 2 away. And it is Cespedes now, who is 1 for 3. It's a 0-1 pitch. 2 out, none on. Cespedes gets it through into left field for a 2-out single. So we'll put off stretching for at least another batter. That batter is Roger Maris, who is 2 for 3. First pitch. There goes Cespedes, and he's going to get there, it looks like. So, can he drive in a run, old Maris here? Let's have a look. It's an 0-1 pitch. Maris, no, he's grounded it to the third baseman, and that'll do it. Time to stretch. It is 3-1 to 1967. Alright, welcome back. It is Bob Gibson continuing on the mound. Alan Craig continuing at the plate. He is 0 for 2. It's a first pitch, and Craig has sent it into deep right field. But it's going to be caught. In fact, in the end, it's not quite even that deep, is it? So 1 away. In comes Fakal now, who is 0 for 2. It's an 0-1 pitch. 1 out, none on. And Fakal grounds it out to the second baseman. So that is 2 away. And it brings Yadier Molina to the plate. 0 for 2. Full count. So he draws a walk. So tying run to the plate. It is Nick Punto. He is 1 for 2, sorry. It's a 1-1 pitch. Punto grounds it to the third baseman. And that will be that. We'll go to the 8th. 1967, still with a 2-run lead. And let's see if they can close this out. Now, it is Lance Lynn coming into relief pitch. It is Mike Shannon at the plate. He is 1 for 3. It is a 2-0 pitch. And that is 1 away. I think it was Lynn, actually, that got taken apart when they faced last time. When they played each other. It's Maxwell. A 1-2 pitch. And that is strikeout number 1. It is Bob Gibson now with 2 out, none on. A 2-0 pitch. Interesting they didn't pinch hit here. Gibson obviously still got a little bit of juice in the tank. But he pops out to centre field, and we will go to the bottom of the 8th. Gibson to face Lance Berkman, who is pinch hitting. It's a 1-1 pitch. And it's a ground ball to the first baseman, 1 away. In comes John Jay. He is 2 for 3 today. It's a full count. Jay strikes out, so that is 2 away. And it's David Freese. He is 1 for 3. It's a 1-2 pitch. And he strikes out, and that will do it. We'll go to the 9th. 1967, still with a 2-run lead. It'll be Fernando Salas to pitch. Lou Brock will be at the plate. He is 0 for 4. Had a bit of a day to forget today. Can he get a memory now? It's an 0-1 pitch, and he has popped it straight up. It'll be caught by the shortstop or the third baseman. Third base steps forward. And that's 1 away. Julian Javier. He's 0 for 4 as well. It's a 2-2 pitch, and that's straight up the middle. A bit of a pitcher killer, that one. And it'll be a 1-out single. Can 1967 get some insurance runs here? Curt Flood, who's 2 for 4. It's a 2-2. Flood strikes out. So for one last time, Tim McCarver. He is 3 for 4. It's a 1-1 pitch. McCarver, it gets away from the catcher. So runner goes to second. Can McCarver get another RBI here? It's a 2-2. McCarver into centre field. Is it going to drop in? straight to the centre fieldsman glove, and that will do it for the top of the ninth. We go to the bottom of the ninth. It is a 2-run game. Can 2011 do it? Joe Horner is on the mound, and it's going to be Matt Holliday at the plate. He is 0 for 2 with a couple of walks, I think, in there as well. It's a 2-2 pitch. And that is popped up into foul territory. First base goes back. That'll be 1 away. We'll bring up Albert Pujols. Can he finally do something here? He's 0 for 3. It's a 2-2 pitch. He has. Oh, can he ever do something? That is absolutely crushed. Oh, I think that's landing in downtown St. Louis. 444 feet. Albert Pujols, welcome to the game, mate. Maybe a little bit too late, but it is now a 1-run game at the bottom of the ninth. Can 1967 hang on? It is Alan Craig to the plate. He is 0 for 3. It's a full count. And he draws a walk. So the winning run is now at the plate. It's Rafael Furcal. Now he's unlikely to hit a home run. It's a first pitch swing. And he's hit that into centre field, who comes in, should make the catch, and they're down to their final out. It's a bit of a nail-biter, this one, isn't it? It's Yadier Molina, who is 0 for 2. It's an 0-1 pitch. And Molina has popped it up into right field, and 1967, and honestly, I think deservedly so, have won the game and will go through to represent St. Louis. So there we go, 1967 will be representing the Cardinals. Next up, it is the Colorado Rockies. We are almost to the draw for the bracket, which I'm very, very excited about. Hopefully you are too, and I will see you next time in Colorado as two, maybe not the strongest sides ever the Rockies have ever had, is it? But, well, the Rockies, strong side for the Rockies, but not compared to baseball. We'll see how they do. See you in Colorado. Take care.